early, but I gotta go work in 30 minutes, so let's see if I can get shit done real quick. I should have streamed last night, but I my head hit the pillow. I was getting comfy, and then I woke up at 5:50, and then I woke up with a headache, and then went right back to sleep. So yeah, that was my bad. I was going to stream for 2 hours last night, at the very least. Stream for 2 hours, and I didn't. And I was gonna stream earlier. I was definitely gonna stream earlier, and then I got an opportunity to see my dad. So I went and saw my dad. Uh, my dad invited me to eat, and me and him met up with my other dad, and we ate some food. It was nice. All three of us had El Cazador. Oh my god. Just 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 skip it. Oh my god. I hate that. So me, my dad, and my other dad went and ate. I really don't. I don't want to call him what I call him normally. Uh, and I don't want to name drop him either. That's his business, not mine. So I guess my two dads and me went on, and we enjoyed some foods. I'm not sure what to call him. I don't think he. I don't know if he even wants to be considered my dad right now. You know. I mean, I'm 30 and he's pretty old, so I mean, I don't know what he wants to be called. We've never talked about it fully. But we had Mexicano. Uh, the waitress was not great. And I told him that maybe you shouldn't give her a tip because I believe that you should work for your tip. Like if you, and it's early in the morning, you know? We're your first customers and you literally forgot we existed. We had to talk to another wait server to get our food. To get everything. Like I we had to go up there like 3 different times to get everything. So he wanted pico de gallo, which I personally don't care for, but that's on him. It's not my prerogative is to get pico de gallo. So he got pico de gallo. I got and we got I got a taco and a chicken taco and an enchilada, which I don't know. I enjoyed it. It probably looks weird, but I'm not redoing it. This is this isn't even the final product. This is just like showing your his mascot in different actions. So I've got I would say I've got about 30 minutes of drawing. So hopefully I can get something done. So other than that, nothing's really been going on. I mean, we can talk about they did a drilling of, which, here's the thing, I don't think they did a drill. Like, they're making a drill to drill into the asteroid that's gonna 99% gonna miss us in October. 99% gonna miss us. So it's gonna be all right. So they're making a drill with SpaceX. So I think that's gonna be interesting. I don't know if it'll be done by then. We might have to wait till next time it passes by. But as far as I know, it would be big enough to end all life as we know it. They probably have a fallout, a shelter that could survive it, but like what? Like, you survive it and then what? Like, that's the big question. Like, you survive it, so gotta wait 200 plus years till the Atmo is survivable, because the amount of dust that would be in the Atmo would be ridiculous and would be insurvivable for human life or much of any life. And also, you would not only have to save human life, you would have to save animal life as well, because integrally we are connected to the world, whether we like it or not. We are a part of the animal kingdom, and without the rest of the animals, you don't have cows, you don't have even to the harmful mosquito. It's still integral to life as we know it on Earth. So my thought is, I mean, if they had an ark, but I think that movie didn't do well, that I'm thinking of, the one with the new ark or whatever it's called, where the disaster movie and all that. But they always have a disaster movie and stuff like that. So they're like, there's no way to stop this. I think it was 2010 is what it was called. And it was a disaster movie where floods and shit like that. Oh, I almost forgot my favorite one. Hold up, gang. It's about to happen. It's about to, you're going to be so surprised. You're going to be like, oh man, how is this even happening? That's right. He's going to do a dab. I think Abel will hate it. Every single bit of this, he'll hate. But, and then the tails, ears need to go the same way. Even the cloth ear. Make sure the head's big enough, because that's the size of the head. So, like, I thought that it's interesting to be like, oh yeah, no, the Ark and the story of Noah's Ark, even if it is not real, which, here's the thing, I'm not, I remember there was this whole Discovery Channel thing of like, the story of Noah's Ark is actually not only in the Christian and Jewish Bible, it's also in a lot of the stories of like a. And here's my thought. I think that Noah's Ark originally was this guy saw the signs and whatever everybody's like, oh, he was contacted by God or something like that. Like, I think he was just, he was like, oh shit, things happen. Or it could have been he was literally a fisherman, and because they think that Atlantis was real, but it was an island. It was an advanced island that was in the worst place possible. And Pompeii happened, and it took out many islands that were connected to it. And I'm not sure if it's real or not. I have no research. I'm not like a expert on Christian, Jewish, and other belief systems. This is just what I remember from the Discovery Channel, like stuff. Is that was very much like Noah's Ark and stuff like that actually might have been real. And my thought is that it could have been real because literally boats were in the area, and it was just a single boat that survived the awful thing that happened in Pompeii. Because literally, like Pompeii was such an earth-shattering like situation. It was devastating, and and lots of cultures that were springing up, that were there. The island cultures, strong island cultures, were destroyed by that, which is kind of the shittiest thing about island culture. And that's not a shit on island culture in itself. It's that it is a strong, quick developing thing that dies off so quickly because of shit like that, of natural disasters. They are so prone to natural disasters, it's ridiculous. And I might be wrong. I might be shitting out my ass with information, but I think like that if island cultures were not, I think it's because you can't walk away from island culture. Island culture is so prevalent because you can't get away from it, and that's why it's such a like you either grow quickly to get out of a terrible situation or you die off. Like, there's no getting out of island culture. And I think that because humans are so adaptable and the flight or fight response happens, that's why you see island cultures advance so quickly, is because they have they either die off or they don't. Like the Easter Island and stuff like that. Like, why was Easter Island died off so quickly? It's because they destroyed their own food sources and stuff like that, and they just died. Like, literally, they spent way too much time and resource creating those statues. And a lot of people are like, uh, that's the presence of aliens, and they point to that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, they didn't have wagons and stuff like that in their culture. It's like there's no way they couldn't have created wagons, and they just didn't put it into their. And also, I love that someone literally created an Easter Island head to disprove that. Someone created their own Easter Island body and head to disprove that notion that humans could not have done it by themselves. Because they're like, oh, why? The only lasting bit of their culture is literally stone statues. And my thought is where I go with Stonehenge. Is like literally that culture died off and moved to another culture belief system. So like Stonehenge is created with the I think pagan gods belief system. And this isn't a shit on, remember, this is not a shit on religion as a whole. This is a shit on humanity as itself. Like, I love humanity, but sometimes it can be real fucks. So, like, Eastern islands and stuff like that, and like Stonehenge. Stonehenge was integral to a lot of that old cult mentality, and it's not new cult mentality. I'm saying old cult, where it's like we fear God, we fear our gods, we must give them praise, kind of thing. We must sacrifice to give them praise and stuff like that. And like Stonehenge is that aspect of like their arches, which is very reminiscent of the Roman arches, which tells me that they're probably have a Greek mentality, which means that they have the Greek cult mentality, which is totally fine. There is Greek and Roman religion and Greek and Roman cultism, which is cultism is the instead of the like praise, you also need to shed blood in some form or fashion, and that's where like pagan gods and pagan and Roman come together in that aspect. Pagan and Greek come in because pagan and Roman are not exactly the same. I'm not ready. We are not ready. Where are you? We are not ready. 2020. Oh, shoot. Let's see if I can get this done before 12:30. If I have to go over just a little bit, that's totally fine. To get that 30-minute mark, that's fine. I'm not going to be mad. Because I wanted to at least do 30 minutes. I wanted to do 2 hours, but, you know, when your dads want to eat, your dads want to eat. And also, it's like 60 over here. I don't know where it is for everybody else, but it's like 60. And it's weird. Alabama is so flippin' weird. Thank you, YouTube. They think we want to hear ads, and we don't want to hear ads. So, like, pagan beliefs are not exactly the same as Greek beliefs, but they do share some similarities. But I don't know full paganism. Not saying it's bad or good. I just don't know it. I dated a pagan for a while. So, like, if that's any indication of what I know about them, and I know jack shit about paganism. I know that original paganism was a bit more hardcore than now paganism. Now paganism is like, oh, we give to the old gods and whatnot. Like, there is that. And I understand that, and none of it involves blood nowadays. Which I don't know. I'm fine with that. You know, a religion turning into more of a like, we just hang out a lot kind of thing. Which also, I said in my rules I don't want to talk about religion, so I won't talk about religion. Okay, let's see. What can I talk about? Oh, right. What I was talking about was bringing an ark of some kind to save humanity and Earth altogether. Because I think nowadays everybody wants to save not only humanity, like even people who are very like into humanism, they understand the ecosystem as a whole is that we could not have existed without other species. Like humans are not independent of other species. We are created because of our species, which gives us an interesting thought on alien species of like when you think of an alien species, and this is a good writing tip, is like you also have to think of the alien world whenever you're creating an alien species. And that's always a fun little exercise of like, oh, okay, so what would be their alien like if they have fur? What would be their equivalent and stuff like that? Or why do they have scales and not skin? What makes scales way more prevalent in their evolution when skin is prevalent in our evolution? Like what created that aspect of not needing fur for us is because we I think I'm not exactly sure like why we evolutionarily didn't need fur, because it seems like fur would be excellent, but I think it's because of the heat that we started out as. Because we have hair, which is not the same as fur. Like hair follicles and stuff like that is different from fur follicles, which if we're going with our evolutionary cousins that took a completely different evolutionary path, they have fur, which is pretty downright interesting. And most other mammals have fur instead of hair, which I think also whales have hair. They have hair follicles, which is confusing when apes and primates do not.